Hello there. So let's get started with students. For students, you'll probably would want to add students at first. Then you can do different things like providing username and password to the student parents or to the students, and searching the students, sending a specific notification to those students. So let's get started uh, by adding some students. For that, click on this setup button over here. Now at the last option here there is a button called import students. Click on that. Here you can add some students by uploading those data in an Excel format. You don't have to worry about creating those Excel format because you can download the Excel format right over from here. Now click on this download data format over here. It will download the Excel file. Now open the Excel file. Here you can see there are different uh, columns for symbol number, name, gender. This is the one for unique roll number, class, sections, date of birth, father's name, and all those information. So what you can do is like fill up this information. Just make sure that these first five columns are filled, and if you don't have their phone number or their address or father occupation, it doesn't matter. You can enter those information that you have and leave out other information blank, but just make sure these five datas are present. That symbol number, it will be just 1 2 3 4 5, nothing specific about this. Next is going to be the name of the student, the gender of this student, and the unique roll number of the student. It's not the class roll number, it can be your school administration roll number or something like that. Then it needs to have the class and section. These information are compulsory or mandatory. So let's add some student. uh, these two information right over here are just a dummy information for your guidance. You can just delete those, and let's start by adding one student. One, uh, name Ram Adhikari, boy or girl. This will be a boy. Please enter B for a boy and G for a girl. Now for unique roll number, let's say your school name is Ved, so you probably want to give VEDA-0001. Then he's let's say he's from class 8, section B. Let's say we have here, we don't have his phone number, leave it blank. Let's say he lives in Swayambhu, and his date of birth and this information like let's add his father's name over here, Sam Adhikari. If you know other information, you can write it down. If you don't have other information, you can just leave it blank. Just make sure, I want to emphasize it again, just make sure these 6 sections are filled correctly. Now once you filled out this Excel form, how many students it can be, 2 1 1000 100, it doesn't matter. Fill out this Excel file, save it. Now go back to the previous panel, and now select that Excel file. Now click choose file. That was named student4 xls. Yes, click on open. Now click on submit. So that's that student added. So you can add as many student as you can right from this panel over here. So once the data are entered, you will probably want to view those information. For that, click on this student button over here. There are 4 options: search, student full data, student light data, and student groups. So let's get started with search. Here you can search a student simply by entering their name or by their unique ID. So for example, we just added Ram Adhikari. So let's type Ram Adhikari. So here we are, Ram Adhikari, Ved 0001. His parents name is Sam Adhikari. So here you can see his username and password is automatically created. His username is Veda-0001 and his password is 113. So you will want to provide this username and password to Ram Adhikari's parents so that they will be able to log into your application and get those informations, example assignments, routines, uh, notifications, specific notifications, profiles, results, and other kinds of stuffs. Now let's uh, let's go to the student full data option over here. Okay, so from this student full data here, you can select a specific class. Let's suppose class 1 section A. It will show all the info, all the students from class 1 section A right over here. Now what you can do from here is like you can provide a username and password for these students. You can select these students and you can also send push notification to them. I'll talk about this later on. Now next we have student light data. Now here you can select the class and section and you can see this information over here. Now from here what you can do is like enable or disable a student. So if a student has left your school, you can just disable it. You can edit those information of the student. If you want to add additional information, you can do it from here. Next up, you can reset the password too. So let us suppose if some parents have forgotten their password, they will have to call the school administration, and the school administration will come over here in the panel, look at the select the student class and section, and click over here on the password. So let us suppose this Tanisha Baduwal, let us suppose her parents forgot their password, username and password. So you will probably want to come over here, provide them this username, click on this password button over here. This will reset the password. You can provide this new password to them. Now the last step is students group. So what a student group? You can add different students from different classes and sections to a specific group. So for example, you can select some students who are participating on a program so that you can send specific notification to those students. Or you can make a group for students from a specific bus route. So when a bus route is late, you can send the notification to those parents. So let's create a new group. You can click over here, create new group. You can add group name from here. So let's give it a route, bus route 5. Now let's add, okay, let me get to this group list. Here you can see we just created bus route 5. As usual, you can edit the name or delete it. Now let's add some student to this group. Let's go to student light data. Click on class 1. Let's suppose these 3 students belongs to that group. Then select those 3 students, add students to a group. This one just we created just now, bus route 5, and click on submit. Now let's select class 8 section B. This one, the student that we just created earlier in this video session. Click on that, add students to group, bus route 5, click on submit. Now you can see when you select this bus route 5, there are these 4 students from different class and section. Now you can select all of this student and click on send push notification so that you can send them specific notification. So for example, bus will be late. Description: due to high traffic near Soembu area, the school bus will be 10 minutes late. You can select this. Parents availability needed, probably not for this scenario, click on submit. So the notification is sent to these particular students. So that's how we can upload students to this panel, how to source those students, how to give username and password to the student parents, and how to create a group and sending notification to a group. Now let's say you want to send notification to a specific student, or a or some student from a specific class, some information. So you can go to, for doing that, you can go to student light data, click on class and section. So let us suppose class 1 section A. So let us suppose you want to send a notification to this particular student. So you can click on over here, click on send push notification, write some title and some message, and click on submit. So that's how you send a notification to a particular student. You want to send a notification to the whole of class 1 section A, just click on the select all checkbox over here. This will select all of the student right from here. Now click on send push notification, and you can add title and description and submit it right from here. So that's how you send notification to the students, and that's the student feature. Thank you.